Welcome to Everyone Doesn't Eat. Everybody's Gumbo. How you doing today, Kim?
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Everybody Doesn't Eat. Everybody's Gumbo. Today is Thursday, April the 16th. Kim, what's going on with you?
Is it Thursday already? The days are starting to run together. So it's almost the weekend, huh?
It's
Okay,
almost like
I'm
it's
excited.
almost like a Christmas day every day. Oh
Absolutely
man.
correct. Kim is doing well in Little Rock, Arkansas, where the sun is shining brightly, but the temperatures are almost frigid. I think it's like 39 degrees here. What's it looking like in Texas?
Oh man, same way down here in the Gulf Coast. I mean, it's cool. It's cool this morning, and just trying to get some. Everybody trying to get some sunshine, and just wanted to not start the morning out with more pessimistic numbers, but the claims for now 5 million more claims hit the rolls. That's was accounted for. Most states are backlogged and not able to get online to actually register your numbers. So technically, it's 5 plus 10 probably. So we're looking at around 22 million people over the last 4 weeks who have filed claims due to COVID-19. And so and yesterday I live in suburbia Houston and on the northwest side of Harris County, and there's a more middle to upper middle class side of town and great school district, great area. And I'm not making this up. There's a Tanger outlet mall, one of the premier outlet malls, and it was converted yesterday, parking lot, to a food bank distribution center. And there were at least 5 miles of cars on the feeder road. The feeder roads in Texas are the roads that goes parallel to the freeway. So you have a highway, a freeway, then you have on the side you have a normal road that has lights, just for many reasons. And it was at least 3 miles of cars lined it up for
Mm.
hours to get food. And so I bring this up because we have a very serious problem in our country. And it's not that we're going through a pandemic, we're going through a financial pandemic. And I just want to talk about this briefly. This one I want to spend the whole broadcast and talk about this today is to we have to start having some serious conversations about what we do for us, our finances. And because things like this will happen again, not just a pandemic of a virus, bless you, but
Thank
at the
you.
same
Excuse
time,
me.
too, what can happen in your own life if you get laid off or you get fired unexpectedly for some strange reason? And what are you going to do then? Because finding a job is not so easy as people make it out to be. And so we had some serious conversation out this morning. So Kim Marshall, she's a HUD certified counselor, and not just a counselor buying a house, but a financial counselor, a financial coach who can teach you best practices on what to do to manage your finances, regardless if you have 20 kids in your house or one child, single parent, whatsoever. She's seen it, she done it, she experienced it, and she can answer those questions for you. Kim, can you share your contact information? People need to reach out to you and have conversations about their finances, about not just buying a house, just man, what do I need to do to manage $20 a week of income? What can I do? And because that's why I live off in college and how you manage within that. Because a lot of people just don't know. A lot of people think that just because it's on TV, just because they make it, just because it's available or is on the shelf, that means you buy it.
That's true. And first off,
Give
I
me your
am
contact
Kim
information there
Marshall.
too.
I
Yep.
am Kim Marshall with Affordable Housing. I can be reached via cell at 501 563 6638. You can also text me. I encourage you, if you call, to please leave a message. Otherwise, I don't know that you called. I can also be reached via email at kimmarshall1012 at gmail.com. And I am on social media: Facebook, Kim Marshall; Instagram, Kim underscore Marshall one; and I have no clue what my Twitter handle is. I think it's Kim Marshall something. I don't know. Sorry. But if you put in Kim Marshall, you'll see it. I strategically have the same photo there so you can know that it is the same person that you're trying to reach. To answer your question about money and the economic or the financial pandemic that we're facing amid COVID 19, it's very real. It's very it's very timely according to the coronavirus, but it's very timely because at some point something needed to wake America up. I'm not saying the
That's
pandemic
so
is
true.
a good idea, but something needed to wake America up to say, listen, these are real times. You can't live from thinking that you could just spend money any kind of way and not be held accountable to it. You have to be accountable to your finances. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it more times than I know. Let's start with a budget. Let's start with a budget. You don't know what to do with your money if you don't know how much money you're spending, where it's going, what's coming in, what you've got to do a budget. I've heard people say, "Well, I'm not poor. I don't have to do a budget." Well, a budget is not for poor folks. A budget is for all folks. I say again, the United States of America is on a budget. Everyone needs a budget. I personally like to live by the 20-20-60 rule.
Hmm.
Save 20, give 20. I am a huge on giving back. It doesn't have to be a church if that's not what you do. If you're not a religious person and you don't do tithes, that's fine. There are too many charities out here that would appreciate your assistance. I believe when we give to people, we receive more back than we could ever give. So we're going to save 20%. We're going to give 20%, and we're going to live on the other 60%. It works all day, every day. I think the when I see this, when I was doing mortgage lending, and we would take gross income to qualify a person, and we can qualify you for the absolute most
Oh,
because we're using gross income. And I tell folks in my classes, okay, is that what you bring home? Is that really realistic? I mean, you have to be conscious of what your budget looks like, what your income looks like. If you make $50,000 a year, you know you don't bring home $50,000. You just don't do it. And so you have to budget, and I highly encourage that 20-20-60 rule on what you bring home. That's that gross versus net. That gross income is what they tell you you're making, that net income is what you're actually bringing home.
so true, so true, and that's one of the dynamics, that we're going through with COVID-19 is people who never expected to, and it's not just employees, it's been small businesses. I mean, Gumbo
Oh,
Lender Group. I mean,
absolutely.
we have to take a hit, for as our funding sources are even right now. I use J.P. Morgan Chase, and not to change topics, but want to gear into another angle. J.P. Morgan Chase announced, and Jamie Dimon, the CEO there, made a mention the fact that hey, we get rid of maximum financing mortgages. We're going to 20% down and 720 or 780 FICO score bars, which Jamie Dimon's been flirting with that for years. That he wants to get out of mortgage banking, not mortgage banking, excuse me, get out of government bank lending, get away from FHA, VA, products and everything else, and focus on conventional loans because of the GNMA crisis right now. You can't even get a mortgage through FHA, right now. It's not just the qualification purpose; it's the cost of the loan because of the forbearance opportunities that Americans could take advantage of. So by mentioning that, we're gonna have to now just improve our credit. Improving your credit is by paying your bills. It's not going paying thousands of dollars and wasting your money on credit repair. Is go to a counselor like Kim. Go out and and pay your bills on time. Start today, paying your bills on time, and last and not least, save your money. If you're getting a stimulus money that's coming in to you, use that stimulus money starting for your down payment. That's the beginning of your down payment for your house. Plan, project, and execute. And those are the
Let's talk
dynamics that
about
I
that
think that
stimulus
is.
money for a minute.
Mhm. Yes, ma'am. Talk to me.
Let's talk about that stimulus money. Okay, you received your stimulus money. It's not a free shopping spree. You don't have anywhere to shop unless you're shopping online. So let's just take that out of your mind. Let's look at that stimulus check for what it really is to help you during this financial hardship. So if you were the one of the persons that said, "Hey, I've lost my job, I can't make my payment, my mortgage payment, I can't make my rent payment," now you can. I highly encourage you to make that mortgage payment. If we wanted to put this in perspective of priority, you want to start with having a roof over your head first and foremost. So you want to take care of your housing, pay your mortgage, pay your rent, and then we go down to what? Transportation. If you're in somewhere like Little Rock, Arkansas, where public
Hmm.
transportation is here, but it's not as free flowing as in your larger metropolitan areas. Make your car payment. Hopefully, you have a reasonable car payment. If you have a car payment, and then your food. So you want to put things in priority. You don't want to take that $1,200 to Walmart. I promise you, Walmart stock is increasing. It's not
Oh man, they're
decreasing
doing
because
well.
there's
They're doing great.
nowhere else to go. Where else are you going to go outside of the grocery store? Walmart understands that, and maybe Target. I haven't been to Target and I've barely been to Walmart, but I see the parking lots when I have to venture out. Walmart understands that you're coming there to buy groceries, but guess what? This is a one stop shop. You can buy anything that you want to. If you feel like you want to buy a little bit of furniture, a computer, a TV, a cell phone, a curtain, a bedspread, a gardening, whatever you need, Walmart says, "Hey, I got you." Don't give all your stimulus money back to Walmart if that's not necessary. Only if you're buying groceries or something, that's fine. But please, please, please think about your housing. That is first and foremost. That is the number one priority.
Hmm. That is so true, and that's one of the dynamics that Kim, you could say it better, is that like I listened to Joe Biden this morning, and he was on Morning Joe with MSNBC, and he said these things are going to occur. It's not just something. I mean, the Obama administration had 4 of these viruses. Ebola one that really scared me. You had SARS. You had
You said
the swine
Ebola did
flu.
scare you?
Oh, it scared the crap out of me. Yeah, Ebola is something not to play with.
So,
I
my
mean,
quick
all
story
panic.
on Ebola, my
Hmm.
daughter was in school in Atlanta, and they took the first patient that was diagnosed with the Ebola to Emory University, which was just a little ways away from her college. I was ballistic. I'm like, "Do not
Yeah,
leave out of your dorm room. Do not.
yeah.
No,
Like it
I
ain't
don't
nothing to play with.
understand Ebola. Stay in your room." So yes, I agree. Ebola was very scary. Very, very
Yeah,
scary.
Ebola ain't nothing to play with. And one thing about, and that's the thing about, I just say as we conclude this topic is, for as Americans and all over the world, save your money. Cash is king. Buying a house right now in this market right now, it should not be a priority right now. Now to plan to get your credit right, to start saving money, to start looking online. Yeah, that's a great time to start doing it. Before as entering into a contract right now, with all the uncertainty, is that it's not just that guidelines changes, is that underwriting changes. People start invoking a human feelings in these files. It's based on appetite. If they like it, if they don't, and just not the right time because you can 1 week you can go from a very relaxed experience, and 1 week later they ask for everything including your stool sample. You know, it goes from very minimally invasive to super invasive in the process, and it's not worth it. And so beware of loan sharks. You have folks out there going to say, "Oh, everything is fine, everything's good, everything's whatever," but people don't understand servicing. You know that these loans are funded on a credit card, on a line of credit. Okay, and everybody's looking for reimbursements. Reimbursements come from the funding source investors and as well as servicing income. Money, there's no free money. Money is borrowed and there's a cost to borrow. And so if there's no revenue coming in order to the loan that you receive on a 30-year payment plan, no one's going to lend. Or they're going to be very selective on who they lend to. So, and it's going to be very expensive to borrow that money as well. So timing is everything. So I will focus on and I run a business. I run Gumbeaux Lending Group and we're a full service financial institution. I will focus right now on start the process and figure out where do I stand. But to go out and execute a full contract at this time, I don't think it's in the best anybody's interest right now. Because unless I run a business and I'm scaling down operations for his lending, now I can imagine what your company would do based on if any revenues are coming in order to meet payroll. And so this is when the chickens have come home with the roost, like they say, you know, and because you don't know what's going on, you don't know the certainty. And be careful what you hear that they're going to open up certain things. It may open up, but companies are at risk, and you don't know what the insurance companies are telling these companies: do not open your doors, or we're going to drop your coverage, because there's a liability to have folks in office, to have them working, and when there's a virus outbreak out there. So you got to be real careful, and that's what's real, and that's why President Obama has mentioned the other day: be honest. Leaders, be honest with people. It may not be what they want to hear, but honesty is what people want to know, so people know how to plan and execute.
I
And
agree.
Kim,
And
it's very serious, man.
it's very, very serious. And I have told people since this pandemic has erupted, 2020 was supposed to be the year of vision. 2020
Mm.
vision. That was the big hashtag. 2020 vision. You know, okay, let's put that into practice. So vision also equates to planning. 2020 may not be your year to do anything extravagant, but to plan for the future. Let's plan to purchase that home. Let's plan to clean up our credit. Let's plan to do these things. So when there's some stability back in the economy, our president has said that we may reopen the country in within the next couple of weeks. I don't see that happening, but okay, that's a whole another conversation. But whenever it opens, all please know that there's going to be a new normal. What we thought was normal before the coronavirus, COVID-19, it's no longer going to be normal. Just like with 9/11, we had to adapt to a new normal. We're going to have to adapt to a new normal after COVID-19. There are going to be so many, I can't even begin to imagine all of the changes that may take place, but I do know, as you stated, Dedrick, that there's going to be some changes in the credit world. There are going to be some changes in the lending world where you're going to purchase a home. So let's prepare for that. Let's get prepared for these changes by improving our credit, making ourselves credit worthy. I would always tell my daughter and her friends, I would talk to them all the time. Sometimes they would hate to come over. It's like, is your mom going to talk about it's like, yes, she's
Hey,
going to talk about it.
hey, it's
You know,
called
the thing
knowledge,
was
wisdom.
exactly, and I told them about customers that would come into my office when I was a lender, and they were on pins and needles wondering if they could be approved. They didn't care about how much they could be approved for, nothing, just if they could be approved. I never want to see someone concerned about if they can be approved. I want you to have confidence. Go into that lender's office knowing that you have done your due diligence to prepare for this home ownership and say, I need to know how much you will lend me. I already know
Hmm.
I'm good because I have done my due diligence. I have done my homework. I have made the sacrifices. My credit is fine. How much are you willing to lend me and at what cost? Those are the questions that you want to ask because in the lending world, and Dedrick, I know you can attest to this, when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are unsure if you can borrow money, you're a really high touch customer. You're on pins and needles. You're calling often. You're wondering what's going on. This is because you know deep down that you haven't prepared for this purchase. You're really not prepared for what's in store because our credit is not where it needs to be. And there are some obstacles that may prevent you from being able to be approved for that loan. So let's take 2020, the year of vision, and let's turn this negative COVID-19 into a positive. One of my favorite commercials that I've seen during COVID-19 is, I think it's State Farm, I don't know, but they play
Mm-hmm.
the song Rise Up. We'll rise up. It just does something to my spirit when I hear that song, when it comes on. We're gonna rise up. We're gonna make it through this. But it's gonna be a new normal. And let's be prepared for that new normal. Whatever that looks like, let's be
I got a
prepared.
suggestion. I have a suggestion. Stop blowing your nose at, like I keep saying it, stop blowing your nose at a table at a restaurant. If you got to blow your nose at a table at a restaurant, stay home. Okay? Stay home. That's disgusting. Go in a bathroom. It don't, if you do number one, number two in the bathroom, do the same thing with your nose. The nose is number three. Blow your damn nose in a bathroom. That's disgusting. And then take the doggone snot rag, which is fully whatever you got, on the table or put on a plate that they have to clean again, and it may not be super clean about your viruses and your disgusting matter. It's sad. I mean,
That's a big
people
pet
need to learn
peeve
how
of
to have
mine.
hygiene. Yes, it busses me up how people just don't understand that this is not your house. What you do in your home, great. You know what you do in in a restaurant, that's a different story. And so we have to learn better best practices when it come out to we have manners. I always say, did your grandmother, did your mom tell you to be that way? Nope. So why do it? And there's only a certain
That's
segment of
true.
population that does that. Everybody don't do that. And we all know
Every
that certain segment of population that does that. And it disgusts me.
it's very, very disgusting. And one of the new normals that we may see, and I don't know this, so don't say Kim said it, but it may be a new normal that we have to wear masks. It may be a new normal that we have to wear gloves. It may be a new normal that whenever you are in an environment such as a restaurant that you may have to have a mask on and remove your mask only to consume your food. We don't know what that looks like. Is that a
I
bad
did.
thing? Mm-mm.
I did. I
No.
did. I went to Paris. I went to Europe for Thanksgiving, and I did. I mean, I did. I put my mask on, and because everybody smoke, people smoke. I mean,
Exactly.
people, I mean, I didn't want to have a doggone sinus infection because of people smoking, because smoking, I'm allergic to cigarette smoke, and so
Hmm.
this is one of the things that. But again, I still walk
So that's
around.
cigarette smoke. Is marijuana cigarette smoke too? Are you
Oh,
allergic
that
to that
same
too?
thing. Anything that fires up. And that fires
I'm
up.
being
And that fires
facetious.
up.
Pay me no attention. I'm
Yeah.
being facetious.
Yeah. And that fires up. That stuff
Yeah,
stinks.
I don't do smoke either, so
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
that stuff stinks. And so, I'm looking at right now in Houston and Dallas, and like this morning in Dallas, cars are lining up to get boxes of food. And I'm not going back to what we talked about earlier. It's just that, we're gonna have to change. change our financials. We have to change our habits. And everything goes back to behaviors. Behavior is going to change broadly. It's all about behaviors. And
Hmm.
until we as Americans understand that it's not about ourselves, it's about the common good of all, we can get through this. But we're going to have to change.
We
And
are
we
going
got
to
to
have to
stop,
change.
realize that this world is more smaller than we give credit to. Very small.
True. True.
Kim,
And you said something
mhm.
earlier about credit repair. Let me interject that really quickly. The credit repair, in my mind, how I look at it is that's the fad diet. That's the really fad diet where I'm going to go in here and I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 2 months. And then 6 months down the line, you've gained 70. A credit repair is pretty much the same thing. Okay, they're going to trim all this fat and we're going to be ready, but you haven't changed your mindset. As it is with the fad diet, it's a get rich quick scheme, a get skinny quick
Mhm.
scheme. It's a fix my credit band-aid scheme, but you have to change your
So true.
mindset. If you don't change your mindset, then you're going to stay in that cycle. And if you are able to purchase a home through the credit repair because they've done a quick fix and it comes back to you when it's time to go purchase that vehicle, what's going to happen? All of those things are going to still be there and you're going to get a higher interest rate. And it's just best to change the problem from the root up. Don't start at the top. It just doesn't make any sense. Start from the bottom. What is the problem? Figure out the problem and then move forward from there.
I
So,
can tell you
Dave,
the
are you
problem
wearing
is.
your face mask?
Oh yes, I am, God, faithfully. And I want to share this with you about about that. And we're gonna go on a lot of time. We're gonna close out the show. Is that number one? Stop telling. Okay, so everybody, a lot of people watch LeBron barbershop conversations and stuff like that. Okay, that's a show. You got like-minded people whom have a topic, they have a production meeting, and they go and broadcast for 20, 30 minutes on a show. Okay, that's a show. Do not go to a barbershop, a nail salon, a beauty salon, and talk your business. Okay? Please don't. And I'm not knocking barbers and salonists and nail, and I love them pieces because I need them in my everyday life. But that's not the place, the right time and place to talk your business. You're not going to get the best advice. The only best you may get the best of, it may be who's selling a chicken wing dinner down the street. Okay? That's about it. And that may be suspect. Okay? Everybody in that environment is trying to make a hustle. Okay? So do not talk your business in that type of environment. If you have a medical issue, you talk to a physician or a nurse, somebody who specializes in that case. Do not go talk about gyno issues to somebody who's a dermatologist. Are they going to talk about their own personal feelings, personal, experiences and what they heard from somebody else? You deal with gyno, you deal with gyno issue. You deal with thermo, you deal with thermo. You deal with a long guy, you deal with a long guy. Long guy do not know anything about fixing the swimming pool. It's not his subject matter expertise. Deal with bring subject matter experts into your life. And then, so when you go into these shops and you talk about your business, they're going to say, oh, yeah, my homegirl, my homeboy, my cousin went through this and this. Just because they went through it don't mean that you go through it. Everybody's situation is different. And everybody's going to not going to tell you the full story. So stop getting your information from sources that's not credible. Get it from subject matter experts. That's the way you can be informed at the best way possible. And so I bring this up because of the fact that a lot of this credit repair, it's not really coming much on social media. It's really coming from barbershops and beauty salons. And it's what's coming. And the reason why is because of the fact that it's more of an underground is what I can get over. Man, you cannot cheat billion-dollar corporations. So that's something you can do. I mean, and all you're doing right now, a dispute letter, it's not gonna make any difference. And so, because like as Kim said earlier, 2, 3 months later, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna come right back on there, and you'll be back where you start from the beginning. But since you don't know, you're not in this industry, you don't know, you unaware. These people took their money, they moved on their lives to the next client. So again, just pay. The best way to do credit repair is Just pay your bills on time. That's all you got to do. Just pay your bills on
Period.
time. Yeah.
Period.
And yeah. And Kim,
And life
man,
has
so
happened to the best of folks, and some people may have a few dings on their credit. Just resolve them. Call that creditor to resolve those issues. I promise you they'll work with you. They will
they
work with
will.
you. And you
They
can do
will.
everything that a credit repair person will do. You can do it yourself. It's not difficult. It's just a matter of being responsible and diligent and finding out, okay, what is it that I need to do?
Kim, before I close
Yes.
the show out today, so what you doing in your spare time right now? What you really doing?
You know what? I have been extremely busy, and it's just like, oh my
Doing
goodness.
what? Doing what?
Doing what? So I have a great niece that has special needs. She has Down
Okay.
syndrome, and we have been working via Zoom on everything. We've been planting stuff via Zoom. It has been the coolest thing ever. So yesterday, I know, right? So
Hmm.
yesterday we planted cilantro. So she wanted to do
Wow.
cilantro. So we did cilantro yesterday. So it's been really, really fun. Really, really fun.
I want
So
to pick
yeah,
on you. I want to pick on you before I close the show out. I
let
want to
me
talk
see.
about
Come on with it.
no, 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 no. It's okay. I know you're growing your plants and everything else, you're growing your fruits, but God, I lost what I wanted to tell you. Boy, you must be a reason.
Good,
I ain't gonna.
good. It must have
Boy, no,
been
no,
really
no,
horrible. Good for
no,
you.
no, 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 no. Mm-mm. But no, it's just man, I wanted to. It was just something I wanted to bring up. No, I gotta cut this music off. Cut the music off. Okay. No, it was
Cut.
something. Let me cut this music off because I gotta. It's something. Um, it was something I wanted to talk about. Listen, honest, I'm having a brain crap right now, so I don't know what's going on with my. It's probably this COVID crap and everything else. Um, it's gonna come back to me. But for it's a mask. Have you did any decorated masks and anything right now?
So actually, Dedrick, it's ironic that you would say that. I have been making masks as well. I'll have to send you one. I've been making
Please do.
masks as well. Sure, seriously. I pulled out the sewing machine and started making masks for all of my elderly neighbors that don't get out much. And so I thought, well, I'll make them masks. So that's I've been doing that as well. And it's gone over very, very well. So yeah, my masks are in demand a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. I might need to put a dollar amount to them, but I'm not doing that. I feel I have a little bit of time. I have some extra fabric, and I will make them for the good of the community. You have to do good. Luke Combs, I like country music. I'm not sure about anyone else, but Luke Combs has a song that says, most people are good. I believe most people are good. I believe that too. I'm with Luke
Most
Combs. I
people are
believe,
good. Most
yes, I
people are
believe that
good.
most people are good.
Most people are good.
You stop it. You look up the song and you listen to it and you tell me
I
next week
will.
what you think about it. I'm going to
I
text it
will.
to you so you can remember to
Most people.
listen.
Let me tell you like this, listeners. We're gonna say like here from the words when it comes that we're gonna make sure that we're gonna overcome this virus here. You got to make sure you plan,
Absolutely.
execute, and project. No, plan, project, and execute. You plan, project, execute, everything will be fine. Do you hear me? No,
2020, the year of vision. Let's make it
uh,
happen.
man, so man, I want to thank everyone. And Kim, you survived because I forgot what I wanted to pick on you about. You know, it's
Good.
gonna kill me. God, it's gonna kill me. I'm gonna 2 minutes later,
As
it's
soon
gonna
as
hit
we
me like,
hang up, as
oh,
soon as we disconnect, you're going to think about it.
oh man. So man, this is
Okay,
another
too late, too
edition.
late.
I know. I'm gonna get you next time. This is another edition that everyone doesn't eat everybody's gumbo. One, like we always say, close out the show, is that whatever you overcome, God will always give you another second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year, decade, and hope for another life within Him. You just put your trust in Him. Don't put your trust in man. Put your trust in the angels that He has sent on this earth to guide you through this
Absolutely.
journey. And this is all you have to
Absolutely.
do. So again, whatever you're going through, just give it to God and keep it moving. It's all a journey, and that's all it is. Journeys are there to overcome things. It's not to just celebrate throughout the whole entire experience. That's the purpose. That's what we're here for. Again, join us next week. We on Spotify. We on iTunes. We on all the outlets. Follow us, like us, love us. We appreciate you. Kim, any final words and thoughts before we shut it down?
2020, the year of vision, which means to plan and prepare. Talk to you next week.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Take care.